Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. My name is David Hodge, active NJ warrior, representing Master Suleiman, the messenger of the covenant, the breaker of the seven seals. This is wartime. Today my topic is reality check. But before I start, I'd like to remind my people about the Holocaust, which is our true experience. They whitewash it as slavery. And slavery is not a good definition of our experience because it's just one part. That's just the economic side, the 1% that we went through. We went through slavery and the Holocaust. It's a part two. Nobody else experienced it. They claim that they had went through slavery, and that's what sets us apart from everybody else in our experience. Because everybody was slaves, or there are still slaves, or whatever these people are claiming that our experience are. They trying to dumb down our experience by mixing it up with slavery, which we know slavery to not be a good expression or definition of our experience. It's trying to take away from what we went through. So we know that slavery is not a good word. It was horror. It was torment. It was misery. And there's nothing in the definition of slavery that describes or, explains or expresses that. See, because, you can just look up the definition if you want. It's plain and simple. It's just it gives you expressions like bondage, enslavement, servitude, subjection, some thrall, enthrallment, yoke, captivity, bonds, chains, fear, shackles, lack of freedom, lack of liberty. Like I said, it goes on and on. Drudgery, toil, hard labor, grind, travail, moil, soft option, things of that nature. And then you go to the actual definition or wherever. It says slavery is the state of being a slave, the practice of system of owning slaves, a condition compared to that of a slave in respect of exhausting labor or restricted freedom. A condition in which one human being was owned by another. A slave was considered by law as property or chattel and was deprived of most of the rights ordinarily held by free persons. See, so there you get America's definition, or the world's definition of what slavery is. So that's not our experience. And today, everybody, like they say, everybody's slaves. Yeah, you're right. Everybody is suffering from industrial slavery, which is maximum profit, minimum overhead, which means that these people, these CEOs, these companies, these people who own these companies that you work for, like McDonald's, Price Chopper, Target, or you working for Burger King or Chick-fil-A or Wendy's or Taco Bell. You working for these warehouses and these places you go to every day, master's plantations and master's jobs. It only benefiting his family. He's making the max amount profit. He's making the max amount profit and giving you the scraps that doesn't hurt him. He's giving you the bare minimum, something that's he's giving you something that's not sustainable for your life. You can't survive off of it. You can't maintain off of it. You have to keep going to work day to day, scraping up all your hard work and energy, and giving it all to his establishment to make him richer and richer and richer, while you get poor and your health get worse. So you're not understanding that that mathematics is our existence. It's our true existence. So you don't understand that things. That's what They gave you money, and money was an illusion for energy, but your true energy comes from within yourself, because we all have the same amount of energy. It's just what you do with it. So instead, you're using it to push Master's vision. You're pushing his dreams. You're making him richer. So he's giving you nothing in return for your hard work. So basically, your hard work outcaps how much he pays you. So you don't understand that, because you don't understand mathematics. So you're giving him 500 calories, or you're giving him 1,000 calories a week, and he's giving you he's paying you out 500 calories. So you can see the deficiency there. The numbers don't add up. So I mean, he's paying you less than the work you're putting in. So you're putting in more work than he's paying you, which is backwards. That's called manager. That's called man is aging you. I mean, because he's destroying you. You're destroying yourself working for these people. So yeah, that's slavery. That's what's going on today. That's what everybody's mixing up with our experience. But that's not all we went through. That was just that 1%. That was the economic side of it, which we did go through. But we, like it says in the Abrahamic covenant, that we shall serve and be afflicted. We were afflicted by these people. We were murdered, raped. It was genocide. It was oppression, deception, torment, abuse. We were beaten, whipped. We were stripped of all knowledge. Our children were terrorized from the womb, from out the womb, and they didn't have to worry about stripping them down from knowledge. They just fed them, indoctrinated and programmed them out the gate. That way they don't have any problems out of them, and they turned them straight into Negro bots from the womb. So they programmed our children out the womb. They didn't have to take nothing from them. They just gave them what they wanted to give them. So they gave them the education. They gave them the level of education they wanted them to have, which was none, really. You just get a couple of words so you can communicate with master, and half the time they beat you to death, and so if you don't understand what's going on, eventually you're gonna figure out what's going on, because you tired of getting beat, or you tired of getting abused. I mean, but that was just our treatment, 24/7, 365. It was just chaos. These people terrorized us to no end, no remorse, no mercy. They had nothing for us. They terrorized our children. How do you think we became slaves? We became slaves we were children. They did this to the children. That's what they don't want you to know. They did this stuff to children, because even the wickedest of hearts would think that would even be wicked. So that's why they don't publicize that they did this to children. But you have to use your brain, people. How do slaves come about? How do you produce more slaves? We had to start off as children, but they whitewash that down too. They make you feel like the children were being taken care of, and they was, what I'm saying, they don't really bring them up much. They don't, they didn't make it seem like they were bringing slaves over and over, and the children were getting a better deal. No, they treated the children worse. They treated the children just like adults, but worse, because they didn't even get a chance of life. So think about that. We didn't get to think for ourselves. We didn't know nothing but the horror. We know nothing but slavery. You were brought up in the horror cause. You didn't get no second opinion. You didn't get no life. You were separated from your families. You didn't know your siblings. All you knew was this master and that master. And you was branded with this master's name. And if you went to a new plantation, you was branded with his initials or his brand. And they tagged us, and they stripped us up down to a T. These people, we came here as Muslims and left afraid. They stripped us up. We came as Muslims, and they stripped us down to nothing, and they made us into Negro bots who were programmed to believe that Jesus Christ came and died for our sins, and we would go to heaven one day and be redeemed for everything if we were good, and if we passed inspection by these devils, and these devils was going to allow us to go there, and we had to go with them. And they programmed you to believe in mysteries and beliefs and stuff that can't be proven, illogical ideas that don't make sense. And this is what's taking place. They told us that we were 3/5 of human. We were less than dirt. That we were animals. They used to have petting cages and all that. People used to come feed us and pet us. These people sick, man. So that's our experience, not slavery. Slavery is not a good definition to what happened to us. It was much worse than that. People, you gotta understand, these people are not gonna tell you the truth. These people ain't gonna tell you what's going on. Why would they tell you that? Because that would upset you. They want you to get along while you're here, while they manipulating and going around you and planning your death. They want to frustrate you and make you angry and cause them to have to react much faster to killing you. They rather do it in the conniving, sneaking way that they're doing it now. Because back then, yeah, it was more gruesome because that was the tactics that they had, and they didn't have the technology they have now. So things are more advanced. And they doing it more slick, and it's under the table, but it's still being done today, brothers and sisters. We're still suffering from the horror cause. We're still traumatized by the horror cause. I mean, when you see these Caucasian people and you see the police jump behind you, or when you in court, or whenever this justice system is representing you, you are afraid because you know the outcome that 9 times out of 10 times out of 10 that it's not in your favor. Majority of the time, it never rules in your favor, and you are traumatized when you see these people, and you are always you're always afraid. You're always jump to the, you know what I'm saying? You jumping and you twitching, and your heart is palpitating, and you is throbbing and thumping because you are afraid. You don't know what these people gonna do. You don't know if they're gonna spare your life today. You don't know what is gonna take place with you today. But that is trauma. They traumatized us, and we're still experiencing all that. And that's what our experience here in America, in the land of horror. It was horror. Where they exploited us, they sodomized us, they castrated us, they disemboweled us, they dismantled us, they hung us, they starved us, they cut us open, they peeled us alive, they gutted us, they cooked us alive, they burnt us alive, they made us unrecognizable, they fed our children to gators, they operated on us and experimented on us and cut us open without anesthesia. We felt every bit of pain when they was doing their experiment on us. These people are sick. These people ripped your baby, they ripped the mother's belly open and watched the baby fall out, and they stomped the baby in front of you just to traumatize you. It was, like I said, it was terrorizing us from the womb, and some of our children didn't even make it out the womb, and some of them children wasn't even our children. They was Master's children, black-faced children. He did that to his own children. So imagine that, from raping our black women. These people were sick, man. You don't understand the extent of what happened. So don't let these people tell you that crap, that this stuff was a theory, that this stuff might have or could have, or we don't know to be exact. Yes, we do know to be exact. We have all the facts. These people know exactly what took place. They didn't have a problem telling our children lies for years. And now they wasn't worried about that when they was telling our children all these lies about how great America is, and these pedophile and rapists, and then all these presidents that they represent that had slaves, and they were all pedophiles and rapists, and this how great this nation is, but it was founded on horror and slavery, and these people lied to our people about the treatment and the our experience here. But now it's time to tell them the truth. It's a theory. No, it was the truth. This is the true history of America. So stop calling it that. That is completely disrespectful. That is an insult. That is not what happened. That is not what the theory was. Not what happened. It was not a theory. It was a fact. So let's get that straight. So that said, brothers and sisters, I'm going to move forward with my topic today. And my topic today is reality check. And I'd like to introduce this topic with consequence, which is also the first pillar of Islam, the first mathematical pillar of Islam, which is our nature. Our nature is Islam. We are Islam. Islam is mathematics, and mathematics is Islam. So, first pillar Islam is consequence, like I explained, and this is the pillar which all the other 4 pillars rest on. There's 5 of them. And consequence is the base foundation of our existence and our actions. So you're thinking to yourself, okay, so what does this mean? What does this mean? Why should I care? So what does this mean to you? So what is consequence? Do you believe in it? Why should you care or even know about it? Is it relevant? Do you like the knowledge of it? Can you escape it? You have to ask yourself these questions. How does it work? Can you change it? Are you a victim? Are you a beneficiary of it? Do you know if it exists? Are you blind? Are you blind, living in a belief matrix amongst others who are blind in a fixed reality called fairy tale? Is the blind leading the blind? You have to ask yourself all of these questions. Because once you start asking questions, you start getting to the bottom of things. You start, it opens up one door. You open up a door, then it opens up the next door. If you don't ever ask any questions, then you'll never know. You'll just accept anything. And that's what's going on today. We program. Our people are being programmed. It took 64 years to do it, and Master and his black-faced children, his terrorizers, the terror bots, are making sure they're doing a good job of keeping our people programmed. So it's my job to get my people thinking and try to raise their awareness of what's going on around them and try to take them to a state of awareness so they can break them chains from their brain, break that programming and get out of that. So are you aware? Are you aware of consequence, or are you living in a belief matrix amongst other? In a fairy tale. Letting the blind lead the blind, which the blind, you wouldn't know if a blind would lead the blind because the blind don't know they're blind. You know what I'm saying? Which is a clear sign of self-destruction. You know what I'm saying? So, that within itself says a lot. So you don't know that you're blind. You don't know the person that's leading you is blind, but now you not knowing that means that you're in self-destruct mode. So now you know yourself. Do you even love yourself? You know what I'm saying? Do you know what your cause? Do you know the cause of your condition? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you know that all your actions have a direct effect on your future? You see, now you get into the bottom of what's taking place, because now you're asking these questions. You got to start asking questions, brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? So, knowing consequence is the most fundamental principle of the universe. Nothing happens without it. So, with that being said, everything you do affects you. Every action you do, every action you make in your life is affecting you. Whether you know it or not, or whether you like it or not, that's just the truth. You know what I'm saying? You are the creator of your future. All your actions, all your actions count. Everything matters. Everything, what I'm saying? Action equals reaction. Every action has consequence. So that being said, so you gotta keep going deeper. Do you know that all your actions have a direct effect on your future? That you are the creator of your future. Do you know that all your actions are in vain and you lack the truth? The truth of what is it that my people lack? People think that they lack the truth on real estate or life insurance, or getting in on these programs, these pyramid schemes, and getting in on these stocks and bonds, the stock exchange. Even though you're tied into the stock exchange because you're property of this corporation, you're still part of the horror causing this slave trade crap. My people think they like getting in on franchises and businesses and being entrepreneurs. And, they lack the higher education from the Caucasian man and his system and being judges and this and that. No. My people lack the truth. My people lack the truth of their nature. They don't know. You don't know the you don't understand the 5 mathematical pillars of Islam, which is your true nature. You don't understand the Abrahamic covenant, which is the promise made to you for the 400 years of horror and servitude here in America, and we will be going home. You don't understand about the abomination of desolation, which is the near event that's going to take place. It's going to cause them to attack all blacks, and you need to understand that because your life is on the line, and you have to know where to go in order to stay safe so you can move to the next reality. That's what's taking place, brothers and sisters. So do you not know that all your actions are in vain and you lack the truth? That everything you're doing has no rhyme or reason to it. You're just doing it because everybody else around you is doing it, which isn't a good reason to do anything. Because that means that you're headed towards your destruction. Whether you not like it or not, conscious or unconscious of it, you don't know, which isn't your fault. But that's why somebody has to tell you. Somebody has to raise your awareness. Somebody has to let you know, like, hey, brother, you're going the wrong direction. You need to go this way. You're going against yourself. So, a lot of people don't know that there's only one truth out here, and that's mathematics. Everything else is complete bullcrap. So you have to ask yourself, so did you know that there is only one truth? And the rest are 8 billion ideas, opinions, philosophies, religions, rituals, voodoo, law of attraction, parallel universe, the 4th, 10th, 25th dimension, soothsayers and fortune tellers, telling you all their myths and lies and clear deception and fiction. See what I'm saying? Are you in tune with reality? Are you somewhat delusional? You know what I'm saying? Are you here? Do you really understand what's going on? Or are you being powered by lies? Are you being distracted by all these people that's telling you they telling you lies that sound like the truth because they mixing truth with lies? You know what I'm saying? They mixing lies with the truth is what I'm trying to say. They mixing shit with honey, so it sounds good, tastes kind of good, but it's not 100%. So you know what I'm saying? So are you living in a world powered and influenced by thieves, hypocrites, and liars? A bunch of psychopaths and sociopaths who imprisoned us since 1555 and stripped us of all knowledge and fed our people poison called Christianity? Are you a victim of Christianity, which have stripped you from reality, which has stripped you from consequence, what made you believe that Jesus died for your sins and he bled for your consequences so you can be exempt from consequence, so you won't hold yourself accountable for your actions, so you think you can do whatever you want because Jesus came and died for your sins. So you can, that way they can take you, they can disconnect you from reality so you can destroy yourself. Did you not know this? That these people, that's what these people are doing. They're using mathematics against us. They're using Christianity to take the power that we have from us. They make you powerless with Christianity. They're controlling us with mathematics and the wisdom of mathematics and the wisdom of electricity. They're using principles that we gave them before we gave them everything. You have to understand that first. We gave them religion so they wouldn't understand how much power they had. But eventually we had to move forward with time and give them that ability because, they wasn't gonna get it. They needed a certain level of comprehension of certain things just so they could maintain their you know what I'm saying, so they can maintain the system, because these people, we would have died or freeze to death, or we didn't give them electricity, or we didn't give them certain things, we wouldn't be able to move forward in time. You know what I'm saying? That'd be the end of us. So we had to give them certain things so we can move forward, but we was careful to give it to them in increments or at certain times when it was drastic, or when when it was at the last moment, because these people are wicked, man. These people take the knowledge that we gave them and they'll try to eliminate us and destroy, and they'll try to destroy the planet with the information we gave them. So we was careful to try to give them too much at a time. So now what we gave them, they're using against us, and they're using our nature against us. And since they stripped us of all knowledge and then they programmed us, so we don't know mathematics anymore. We were taken off that standard. So right. So these people are feeding our people poison, which is Christianity. Our people don't understand. So they are the ones responsible for corrupting our mathematical hardware, because our brains aren't the same as them. We have a mathematical brain. Our brain function off mathematics. We're mathematicians. We're mathematical monsters when it comes to mathematics. We just don't know because we've been in their reality. We've been programmed to use the technical side, which we only have 10%, and we're capped out of it, and we don't get to exercise our spatial mind. We don't get to exercise our spatial portion, which is much larger. Which is, we don't get to do that because these people they're oppressing us. These people don't want us using that spatial mind unless it's in the benefit of them, just so they can get what they need out of us, and they can make millions and patent it and discredit us and continue to move forward like that and keep giving us the shit while we keep making gold for them. So these people are responsible for corrupting our mathematical hardware, with their wicked and evil software, playing on our intelligence to cause you chaos, harm, and self-infliction, or even your death. You see what I'm saying? These people, you acting other than yourself, and you not understanding consequences. That means you're going against yourself, and eventually, it gets so bad that the slate gets so out of balance that it'll cause your death. That your death was the balance. That's justice. You see, that's what mathematics is. You can only do something so long before, it caused your death, because that was the only way it could balance. You exceeded the limits. So this was the way of basically balancing it back out. This is the way of balancing it back out, brothers and sisters. So these people programmed us with their wickedness and their evil, and we didn't have any option because we submitted to it. So so that means that, did you know it took them 64 years to program you and turn you into a Negro bot, who does exactly what Masters tells him to do and doesn't think outside of the box or ask any questions? Did you know that they have us pushing? Did you know that they have their black seed? Did you know that they have pushed their black face children on us, called demons, half man, half devil, raping our women and children during the Holocaust, which is whitewashed as slavery, like I explained in the beginning of the Holocaust. Did you know that we are plagued by these demons, these masses children, these black people that look like us, act like us, talk like us, walk like us, but they are not us. Off skin folk ain't kin folk. These people ain't our brothers and sisters. These people are tar babies, Oreos, white on the inside, black on the outside. Did you know that there is 34 million so-called blacks here in America? But did you know that half are masses seed? The originator of the deadbeat father, the rapist and pedophile, who claimed that one drip of black blood makes you black, which is a lie. Do your research. The man carries the seed, and the woman is just fertilizer for that seed. She does not pass on her bloodline to her children. She can only produce the male's bloodline, who impregnates her. So therefore, it's not possible for these people to be our brothers and sisters, or for Master's children to be black. Yeah, they're black skinned, but they're Caucasian nature. Their nature's with their father, but that's why you don't worry about the complexion. It's not the complexion, it's the mindset of a man. So you pay attention to the nature, because because the skin doesn't matter, because we've been raped down the line. So there's gonna be all shapes. Everybody's gonna come in all shades. Everybody's gonna come in all colors and shades, and you just gotta pay attention to the mindset of that person, that mindset, and how they feel and their opinions on things, and how they carry themselves out, and their action is gonna make, for the most part, it's gonna show you or reveal who they are. So you'll be able to identify these people based off the information. When you start asking certain questions, that certain questions become offensive, or or they might take a liking to what you're saying. So if they're really aggressive, or if they some black people, we are victims of being terrorized by these people, but you can still tell the difference by certain behavior and how people stay to themselves, stick to themselves, or they don't. Some people are less. They don't, so they don't go around people as much. Most original people don't go around people much. They don't bother people much. They just try to do the best they can, and they try to stay out the way. And just demons, they're influencers. They're always intervening, and they're the drama type people. So you'll instantly kind of know what's taking place. And black original people always feel guilty about everything. So that's what keeps us, because we're more broad-minded people. We keep thinking about stuff, so we're forgiving people. We constantly feel guilty about everything. The demons don't have that conscience. They don't feel guilty about nothing. They're just liars and connivers, and they're just troublemakers. So that being said, therefore, so last time I checked, if you plant an apple seed, you'll never be able to grow an orange. So that's impossible. But that's what they're telling. That's what they're telling us. That's what they're trying to get you to buy that. They're trying to get you to buy it. It's simple mathematics, folks. That that you can't plant an apple and get an apple seed. Get an orange. You're gonna always get an apple. So it's just simple mathematics, and it can be proven. So these devils, they have clearly deceived the world with their wicked seed, their lies, and their complete bullshit of fantasy make-believe. So this is why I'm here. I am a direct result of their actions. They are being punished for all their actions, and they're being punished for their ancestors' actions and current actions. They are just as guilty as their forefathers. They are living on stolen land and eating from the fruit of their ancestors' tree. They are wicked by nature, which doesn't surprise me that every evil action they've done and continue to do is justified by the works of God. Whoever it is, these people claim that everything. They claim that they're not guilty because they didn't produce the tree, or they just benefiting off the tree. I'm just benefiting off what my forefathers did. I shouldn't be held accountable. I didn't do any of those things. Well, if you didn't, then give it back. Give back all the, give back the land. Send us back home. Let us go back home. Let us go home. You know what I mean? Like, set us free. Why is y'all still making progress of the treatment of my people? So that's evidence that you're just as guilty and wicked. So, it says, you will know a tree by the fruit it produces. So good job. These guys, these devils, these monsters, they are indeed devils, monsters, beasts who produce mischief and bloodshed, torment, murder, rape, genocide, homosexuality, and confusion at its finest. So that is why these devils are under judgment, and they cannot escape what is in store for them. But that don't mean that they won't try. So however, we know how the story ends with Satan and his workers. They will not succeed. They will reap the full consequence of all their actions. Like I said, due to their actions, I am here. I am here along with the breaker of the seven seals, Master Suleiman. We are a direct result of their evil deeds. They created us. You know what I'm saying? So we are here to serve them justice. We are on the scene with the God of consequence, Master Farad Muhammad, the God of our time, and his son's and his spiritual son Suleiman, which is Latin for son of man, which is son of God. Master Suleiman is the spiritual son of David. David meaning the God, Master Farad Muhammad, and he's here to clean up. He's here to clean us up. You know, purify us, get that shit off of us, get our minds restored. He's here to restore our righteous mind with the unsealed Bible, which is the Injil, which is Arabic for the gospel of Revelations, known as the Apocalypse. So these things, brothers and sisters, you have to start understanding, because these things, it's your minds. It's your mind. You have to upload this knowledge. You have to get this knowledge uploaded, and you have to start utilizing your spatial mind, brothers and sisters. But Master Suleiman, he is the one and the only person who has dedicated 30 plus years to give us the knowledge of the unseen, to restore our nation, which is one body, which is why our unity is key. Could a nation be raised in a day? That is exactly Suleiman's mission, to raise Lazarus, the true seed of Abraham, from the dead, meaning give us our minds back and thorough knowledge of self that we lack. So there is no one else that's qualified or equipped to purify our people and raise them from angels to gods, but the Lamb of God, Suleiman. So anybody else that's telling you these things, you know, you running with Farrakhan and you listen to Ishmael every Sunday and his bull crap, none of these people are certified to be the Lamb. None of these people have broken the 7 seals. All these people, their information is crap because they can't prove it. They don't understand mathematics. They don't understand our nature. They're pushing massive vision. They're telling you they're giving you Sunnism, Scientology. They're giving you Catholicism. They're giving you confession. These people, they're giving you everything that's the reality of masses. Masses reality. They want to stay here and get 6 states and 40 acres and a mule in reparations. These people are bargaining. And you know what I'm saying? These people are begging these people to stay here in the land that's going to be destroyed, which is America. America's going to be destroyed, and it's going to be engulfed in flames. So you know, if you're not the Lamb, then you're not equipped. You know, you don't have the knowledge. You don't have the power to purify our people, and you're not qualified to raise the dead people. So you might as well just stop, because you just adding fuel to the fire is what you're doing. You're just adding crap. You're just adding more crap in and confusing our people. So the scripture clearly indicates that no one in the heavens or earth or under the earth could break these seals that I speak about in Revelations, but the Lamb. Unlike everyone else, you know, we have the proof to back up everything we say. So, you know, everybody else hide under a rock or hide behind emotions or their opinions, or they attack you, but they can't question or they can't dispute what I'm saying or what we're talking about. So you know, so now that leaves my people in a state that they are victims. That you guys are victims of intense darkness, being led by those without a light of guidance, bumping into everything around. Bumping into everything and everyone and everything around you due to those blocking this message. The liars, the thieves, the time makers, lost in time, government agents and leaders and preachers, public figures, celebrities, superstars, entertainers, actors, commentators, activists, motivational speakers of belief and self-influence, opinions of so-called woke folk relying on fairy tale. These are just a short list of those who are working endlessly, pushing falsehood, illusions, and masses' vision, which has been proven to be the destruction of the black man and woman of America. So these are the realities in this hellhole called a corporation America, which was not designed for us. It was built by devils, made for devils. You are not included in their vision, which you don't know. And people without a vision will perish. So So that's exactly what happens to a people without a vision. You know, so that is exactly the mission, and they've had this mission since day one. All these devils, along with their black-faced children, have a similar idea and agenda to wipe us out of existence completely. None of them are good. They are all wicked by nature, and soon you will see. You know, we are en route in the days, and we are en route in days away from the shock of the hour, the imminent war in the Middle East with Michael and his angels versus the dragon and his angels, which is the abomination of desolation. The abomination of desolation. You know what I'm saying? This will trigger Armageddon and the attack of all blacks. This is the event when Jerusalem is surrounded by armies. Okay, so what does that mean? What is the abomination of desolation? Who will be surrounded by armies under siege with death written on their fingertips? Who is Jerusalem? What is Jerusalem? What is Jerusalem? Jerusalem is the capital of who? Who's the capital of Jerusalem? It's false Israel. The fake holy people pretended to be us since 1948. They were put in position to betray as us. They're Satan in disguise as the true seed of Abraham, which is about to be exposed soon by the God after Master Prophet Muhammad takes them out, which is not supposed to happen according to Scripture, which is an abomination, something that is not supposed to happen. It says that once God puts the holy people in their land, they are never to be uprooted, meaning removed. So what does that mean? If false Israel is removed and destroyed, that's the abomination of desolation. That is not supposed to happen. According to the world, they are the blessed, which the world is structured around the idea that they are indeed God's chosen people. However, this event will completely shatter that idea and expose them for being Satan and all these devils as pure wicked beasts who has cursed the true seed of Abraham, the black man and woman of America. That is the shock of the hour. That is what's going to send shockwaves through the planet, causing all these devils to attack all blacks, not just the true seed of Abraham, but all blacks, to do away with us for good and all traces of evidence of their crimes. So they don't care about who you are. They don't care about what tribe you in. They don't care if you Ethiopian, if you Somalian, if you are Jamaican. They don't care if you African, black African American. They don't care about your ethnicity. They just come in to wipe out all blacks because they can't identify who the true seed of Abraham is, and your skin is black, so you are the enemy. So this is when the envier becomes envious. So once these devils find out that we are the direct link to their suffering and misfortune, they are going to kill us. They're going to kill us all. Do you see what they did to us during the Holocaust, at the beginning of the Holocaust to this current day? And we did nothing to them. So imagine what they're going to do when they find out that we are the inheritors of the planet. They don't want us to have anything, brothers and sisters. You have to understand that they envy us, and they do not want us to see the light of day. So I'm just here to tell you the truth, brothers and sisters. I don't want anything from you, brothers and sisters. I just want you to see. I just want to see you doing better, brothers and sisters, and getting away from this oppressive nation of devils and demons. And I give you all this information free of no charge, which you can find nowhere most days. So people are ripping you off, scamming you, charging you every dime and nickel, and taxing you every corner, and taking, charging your arm and a leg, trying to get and take from you. But this is a free gift to you. You worked hard for this. This is your information, brothers and sisters. This is your true way. This is your nature. This is your information. This this is what's gonna set you free. I want to see you free, brothers and sisters. I want to see what's, you know what I'm saying, I want to see you make it out of here. So I'm here to uplift you. I'm here to set you free from your programming. I'm here to tell you about the Abrahamic covenant, the promise that we are going home after the 400 years of horror. I am here to give you the happy ending, which is good news, but destruction for our enemies. I am here for you. And I will not stop until my job is done. There is no excuses. I have been chosen to lead my people in the right direction. I have the true light for the time of intense darkness, which is a free gift called the Injil. I will not allow the enemy to get in the way with judgment. And once you realize what these monsters have done and continue to do to us on a daily basis, hopefully you feel the same. Hopefully you feel the same about what I'm explaining to you, brothers and sisters, and it resonates in your heart, and you find the courage, or you find that fire in you that lifts you up, and you stand on your feet, and you become a beacon for your people. And you lead your people in the right direction, and you want to save as many lives as possible, because our people are important. We are one body. We are the body of Christ. Ain't no Jesus Christ in the sky that died for your sin. We are that body of Christ that they explain when they say that Mary was blessed with the Holy Spirit. That's code language. That's Injil talk, man. That Mary was America. You know, they was blessed with the Holy Spirit, meaning mathematics, meaning us. So that's who was blessed with mathematics. That's who was blessed with the Holy Spirit. America was blessed with us when they snatched us and brought us here, because before then, this was nothing. America was nothing. It was nothing. It's the worst part of the planet, but we make the worst part of the planet look like the best, because everything that's good comes out of here, and which means that we are the wealth of America. And that's another thing they don't want you to know, brothers and sisters. You're much more powerful than you know. Everything that comes and everything that's powered, anything created came out of America, came out of our minds. They know it, and you don't know it, but you're going to know it soon. But these people they discredit you and tell you every day that you're worthless. But what's the purpose of having worthless property? What's the purpose of having something that don't make sense? What would you go capture up a bunch of savages and try to civilize them and do all that? That's unnecessary. Just leave them where they at. They just kill themselves, and eventually, you know what I'm saying, they worthless people. Let worthless be worthless. Why you go grab up worthless? Is because worthless is everything. It's because they knew that we were the creators. You know what I'm saying? Like, they knew what they was getting themselves into when they got us. They knew that they would prosper, and we would generate gold for them. And all they could do is create shit like they did in Europe. And you know, it was diseased and impoverished, and they was fleeing from it because it was nothing but a shithole. So we are the wealth of America, people. Read the Abrahamic covenant. We are getting out of here. These people, what was done to us will be done to them. That's what the covenant says. That we will be, after we serve and be afflicted by these people, they will be judged. So now that came in right on time, 1619, 2019, 2020, the year of judgment, COVID-19. And there's more plagues to follow. There's more plagues that's going to follow after. And there's plenty of plagues on plagues. There's demon plagues. There's tribulations, which is the floods. So there's so many more events that's about to happen, you know. So, brothers and sisters, I want you to be on the good foot, be on the good side, you know what I'm saying? Be able to recognize your right hand from your left. I want you to be able to open your eyes and see the truth, giving you foresight instead of using your hindsight, which is the devil's tactic, because they don't have the ability to see into the future. We have the ability to see in the future, so we can prepare for it and prep, and we be ready. We're getting ready to return home. You got to be equipped with the knowledge. You have to understand your nature. You have to understand what's going on around you, brothers and sisters. You have to be able to identify your enemies. You have to be prepared for the pressure that's coming in, that's coming back from the universe. You know, so the pressure from the inside has to be able to match the outside, or you'll be crushed or grinded out. So, yeah, brothers and sisters, man, it's a beautiful time for us, because we're receiving our reward for all our hard work that everyone's trying to talk us out of our check. And we worked very hard for it, and everybody wanted but us, because we don't know who we are. So I'm here to give that to you. I'm here to tell you that you are the true seed of Abraham. I'm here to tell you that you are the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth. God of the universe, that you are the Asiatic black man, that you are the creator of everything, that you are the DNA atom of life that came before all, and we've been here since there is no beginning, but there is no beginning nor end. We've always just been here. We've been here with the planet and the universe, and we make time. We are time travelers. We created everything. So you understand that? I'm trying to explain that. We came with the universe and the planet, but yes, understand that there was just a universe and a planet, nothing else. So that means we created everything. So we transfer energy from one form to another. So that means we made everything. So everything you see, that is proof of our creation. That is proof of us using mathematics over time, over trillions of years. So the last 38 trillion years, we created all this that you see out here. And when you see the stars and the constellations, the planets, and all these things that you're looking out there, and you seeing the clouds, the thunderstorms, and all, you see all these things that we got, that we made. We made these things, and when you see flies and insects and mammals and animals or whatever, you see these things. I know you can't fathom the idea, or you can't comprehend that right now, but we do have the ability to comprehend all things because we are one. So you are much more powerful than you know, brothers and sisters. But you're gonna find out very soon, and once you do these, that's what's gonna cause you people to go crazy, because they don't want us to have anything. We didn't have anything then, and now we're about to receive everything, and they're about to have nothing, and they had everything. So imagine that, brothers and sisters. These people ain't gonna stop. These people ain't gonna stop until you're dead. So that's why you gotta understand that we have to separate from these people, because if not, these people are gonna be a destruction. These people aren't gonna stop. They're not gonna stop at any cost. Cost ain't gonna matter. It don't matter how much money you got or what you're trying to say to these people, because they're getting crushed by the pressure that's coming in. They can't withstand it, and it's causing them to be confused. It's causing them the more pressure, because we're rising up. So when we rising up, it increases the temperature. So the increase in temperature is increasing pressure. Increasing pressure means there's going to be more collisions. That means these people are going to be more violent. And it's going to get more violent. So you have to understand, people. You have to separate yourself from these people, and you have to. You have to be able to identify your enemies, or you're going to be a victim from your enemy's actions, who are totally against you. So, brothers and sisters, I hope you understand what I'm saying. I hope I helped you out today. Thank you for listening to me. I'll be coming back telling you more. Look forward to seeing you, or look forward to you hearing me again and listening to what I got to say. And I'm hoping I'm waking you up, and I'm hoping some of this stuff is resonating with you, or you're understanding it. Feel free to reach out to me. I'm available. If you have any questions, I'm here to answer your questions. So just shoot me a text or email me, or whatever it is that you're able to do. So thank you, brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum.